yeah, I'll probably go in werewolf form in and out quite a few times. Like I said, final dungeons are generally pretty long. Definitely feel like their own adventures. Well, that's annoying. Dark Saber. Alright, let's head to the next one. It'd be great if we didn't have to encounter evil shamans, or not evil shamans, but necromancers ever again. I think this area may not feel quite as Final Dungeon-like because of the music. It's a bit too slow-paced, not really adrenaline pumping. But not quite as grandiose as some of the other 2 dungeon musics. Oh, increased vitality. Probably also noticed that our HP isn't rising quite as much as it did before. Yeah, your HP total has a tendency to kind of slow down in the final areas of the game. And yes, the max level for this game is 999. Good luck getting to it though. I've never done it myself and never really wanted to. There's not much point. You probably say, well, it might be good for the Black Rabbi. Not really. From what I hear, it doesn't really change. The only thing that really changes is you can take care of great demons easier. That's about it. I should probably heal too. That's why sometimes Carly heals really fast and sometimes she really doesn't. There are a couple other flaws in this game. One of the other noticeable ones is that you can't really use items or other skills or techniques / spells when an enemy is doing the same. Kind of creates a difficulty problem. It can really corner you. In case you haven't heard, there is a there is a Seiken Densetsu collection for the Switch that's coming out, or is already out. I'm not entirely sure. it's possible that it may be localized. And one of the games on the collection is this one. Hopefully it gets released and localized. And fixed. I'd love to see this game, how it changes with evade hit rates as well as the critical hit rates. Could make the other dark class for Kevin. I can't remember what his name is, but it has an energy ball and that increases critical hit rate, so that could be really interesting. And I'd love for this game to get officially translated. Like, fan translations are always deeply appreciated in my book. Like, if they're out, then I'll more than likely try them out. But an official release would be fantastic. I would love to own this game. I wouldn't mind playing Secret Mana again as well. I think it will come with Final Fantasy Adventure, the first Mana game, instead of Adventure of Mana. I mean, that's fine, but I would buy so many copies of the collection if it was localized. I'd probably send all my friends copies too, to be honest. Oh man, the day I can own a physical English copy of this game is a dream come true. It's been like over 20 years. I'm sure Mother of 3 fans can like really feel the lack of hope in that regard. This game would also make a great multiplayer experience. I'm sure the Switch would be capable of supporting 3 players as well. Not exactly the best 3-player game in my opinion, largely due to the ghost ship, but that's like really early game, so it's not too bad. Well, that's very exciting. It would be neat to see that released. And maybe give an incentive on future meta games too. Mana series has kind of dropped. Adventure Mana was like probably the last Mana game, to be honest. Sadly, Sword of Mana had very mixed reception. Dawn of Mana had very bad reception. I haven't played much of it myself, but I know a lot of people hate that game. And honestly, I was just not impressed with Children of Mana. Oh wow. Familiar boss, everyone. Oh, come on. But yeah. Probably like, what's so bad about Children of Mana? Everything, to be honest. Probably the sprites is like the best that game really got. It was very boring. Very the battle system was just not interesting. There was serious lack of experimentation. It's just not what I wanted out of an RPG at all. So yeah, here we are with this awesome boss theme in Genova. Yeah, there's boss fights. Not really a boss rush. If you ever played Mega Man X, you probably notice how it's kind of similar in that regard. How it's not really exactly a boss rush, but more of the previous bosses are placed into the area. So yeah. Oh man, that first area in this dungeon was just... Ugh, I didn't know what to say, it was such a drag. But yeah, this is a bit more exciting because we get a boss fight. We get to hear this sweet boss thing again. Well, yeah, it's Genova. Same strategy basically. It's just way stronger now. Yeah, nothing too bad. Yeah. Meanwhile, in another file, I've actually started a new game with I don't know, just felt like playing as Angela for some reason. And I had Kevin and Hawk to my team. I finally ran out of MP after all that while. We're probably good on health, to be honest. No, she is using different summons. For the shapeshifter, so that's interesting. Meanwhile, back at what I've been doing recently. Yeah, I've started a new game playing as Angela. I don't really like Dragon's Hold too much, but I test it out on the Black Rabbit. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't been doing much else besides testing the new class in Diablo 3, the Necromancer. But enjoyable. Kind of brings back the problems I always have with Diablo 3, and it's a bit limiting in what it does. It's not a bad game, but I feel it could certainly be better. Ah, finally, more spirit. Really needed that. Yeah. Diablo 3 is something. If you've never really played Diablo, Diablo is very similar to this game. In fact, Diablo came after this, to be honest. Basically, it's a hack and slash RPG series. It's a Western RPG, unlike this one, which is a JRPG. But the big thing in Diablo 2, which is really the best in the series, counted by a lot of people, is that it has so much battle customization. So there's lots of experimentation going on. And Diablo 3 decided to introduce a more action-like battle system, which, you know, is fine, because that's always a welcome fare in my book. But the problem with Diablo 3 is that it's very limiting in what it does. There's not as much experimentation, and skills generally don't have ranks either. They do have different customizations which can alter the move, but you're not quite looking forward to that skill point every time you level up, which was Diablo 2's really big selling point, because there's nothing more exciting than playing an RPG and always looking forward to leveling up, because you get to use that skill point and customize yourself even further. It's very interesting because of that. Diablo 3 doesn't have that. Basically, it switches and pulls to what the move does and how it functions. So there's going to be a point where you get everything and you have nothing else to look forward to besides, I think, the Paragon system, which has passive stat bonuses, which is better, but it's probably not as satisfying. I'm sure the game would be more interesting with multiplayer, but single player kind of drags sometimes. It's not particularly a bad game. If you're looking for high intense battle customization, you generally won't find it in Diablo 3. But like I said, it's not a bad game, but it certainly has its problems. It's more bad by comparison than anything else. I think that may be the real problem. Although I will give props to Diablo 3 for having a story. Diablo 2, on the other hand, did not. And like, if you're looking for a story, you won't find it in Diablo 2. It's like a wild goose chase for Diablo. That's about the extent of it. There's some lore along the way, but for story enthusiasts and RPGs, like it's kind of like reminds me of this, but it's far less concentrated than even this game. So that could be a problem. Yeah, kind of a wild tangent there, but I don't know. I don't have much to talk about in this dungeon. It's a very boring dungeon. I'm going to be honest with you here. Most of the playthrough has been fun, and I am looking forward to the last two bosses of the game. But this dungeon suffers from